Okay, so I've seen all of my melanated queens on this app talking to their melanated queens about the situation at hand. So white women, come to the front. We have to have a discussion. There are going to be a lot of people, especially white men, trying to convince you that Kamala is not qualified to do the job. She is more than qualified to do the job. She is very educated. And if you want to bring up her affair that was forever ago, then we also have to talk about Donnie and how he's cheated on all of his wives, including the one he's probably still married to. So do not let deep-rooted white supremacy keep your eyes off the prize. She's exactly what we wanted. She's a woman. She's progressive. She's not even in her 60s yet. She would be the first Gen X president, first black female president. This could be a fucking beautiful thing. So white women, I beg of you, do not follow your husbands blindly. Do your research and vote accordingly. Because black women have been telling us for years what we need to do, and we have not listened, and we are going to suffer because of it. We can fix that by just listening to them when they tell us that this is the move.
Okay. What does the panel think? Anybody can talk.
She probably dates black guys, so that just makes her a black girl, so it don't matter.
What? No.
She dates black, yes, she does.
Just because a woman gets dicked down by a black man does not mean she gets passed for being black. So.
Is Kamala black though?
Yes.
Is she really a black woman?
We can't play that card just because she's mixed, nigga. If you white or black, nigga.
She didn't swear in as a black woman.
If you mix with both, nigga, you black. If your skin don't look like this.
According to her, she's an Indian woman, so I just don't know. I'm not down for having a female president. This is like the 2016 Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump match off all over again to me, honestly.
I don't think there's a way a black woman's going to be president before a white woman.
Oh, absolutely. That is going to happen before a white woman.
Think so?
100%.
Oh,
100%.
Because people like Paige going to vote for her just because?
Well, no, because there's a lot of reasons. Well, all right, before we even get into what it is that they're saying, because I'm trying to give y'all an opportunity to kick it and get y'all thoughts off. Black women don't like white women, but white women feel as though they owe black women some loyalty. Black women don't feel like they owe white women anything. They have no loyalty to white women whatsoever. But white women feel like they have, or they need to justify some of the things that they do on a regular basis in order to appease black women. You are 100%. You will never get a ton of black women that then support white women en masse to become president of the United States of America. Because if that was the case, then Hillary Clinton would have been a president.
Well, I would want to know, like, for the majority of white women, are you guys going to vote for Donald because he's white or Kamala because she's a chick?
Neither. I vote on policy. But I think Anton, I think you make a great point. And I think it's the progressive left white women that will vote for Kamala because she's black and a woman, like that white chick just said. But
think about it though. Like the whole incentive behind what she was saying was based off of a quote unquote Zoom call that broke the internet, where they were saying it's up to 120,000 white women in there, and then they ultimately supposedly raised over $2 million in that stream alone on her behalf, right? That's number one. Number two, listen to what this woman is saying, which is the same thing that we had a conversation about as far as what feminism then led y'all down, as far as breaking up y'all homes and y'all communities. It didn't come in the black community first. It first came in the white community. White guys was passport bros first. White guys got their homes broken up first. It just was more exaggerated because it was less resources in the black community. But in reality, the white one, she just told y'all, she says, do not follow your husband. Do not listen to your husband. Do your own thing. Do your own research and vote accordingly. And she didn't have no conversation based off of policy. She didn't have any conversation based off of exactly how it's going to affect you in your household, how that was going to affect you in your individual cities, any of that. Nothing whatsoever. Before we even do any deep diving, she had no conversation whatsoever on actual real substance when it comes to the issues that are affecting people every single day and in your children in the future. She said, do not follow your husbands. and then make sure that you do your own thing. And this is the reason why you need to vote for Kamala Harris. I don't know how much more, literally, how much more in your face the conversation can be than that. How can you tell a person not to follow their husband? What kind of wizardry is this that they working on these people's minds that would then lead them to do some of the dumbest thing that I see happening today? That's dumb. That's so stupid. That's like somebody telling me, hey man, you need to rock with me because I'm from Detroit. What? I'm not voting for you just because we from the same city. You could be a monster. You could be a pedo. You could be anything. I don't know what you got going on in your house. I don't even know if we align the same way. I don't even like some of the people in my own city. Some of y'all don't even like the people that's in your own family that's black, but you're going to vote for Kamala Harris because she's black. The fuck is that? You don't even like some of the same women that's in your family, but you're going to vote for her because she's a woman. That don't even make sense. Do you see how stupid that is? You will cast out some of the people that's the closest to you because y'all don't align on the same issues and y'all disagree on things, but then you will align with somebody that you don't even know based off of identity politics. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused, and I'm trying to give y'all some grace and give y'all an opportunity to be able to express yourselves to better communicate effectively. And I know we got some people on this live stream that is definitely voting for, but I'm genuinely just trying to understand, because I'm not telling you who to vote for, but I am trying to understand why y'all voting for. And so I'm just curious. Help me to understand so maybe you can sway me and give me some insight on why it makes sense for me to vote for her also. I'm looking for a new candidate.
What black women are asking for white women to rally behind them for Kamala? I'm not on social media, so I really don't know. But it's like, who's asking for these particular women to fight this cause? Like, white men have the highest rate of suicide. Y'all need to focus on y'all men. Kamala's husband is white. So what are we saying here? I don't know. I'm not with the whole feminist.
That's true. Nobody says that. Nobody
Like,
even
what are
bring
we
that part
doing?
up. Nobody even bring that part up. She a passport sis. She what do they call them? Divestors? Which is cool, because I'm cool with the idea of you talking to, hey, go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it. But she left Monty Williams and then she got with her homeboy, her husband, and she had now.
But you know what's funny? You're right, Molly, because a lot of black women, like, they don't like when black men date outside their race. But here goes Kamala. Now she's black. Like, I think that sometimes when it comes to black people, they apply blackness during certain reasons. We should vote for her because she's black. I never heard her claim black once.
I'm wondering what Queen Dolce is gonna say about this. I've been thinking about her.
I've been missing you. Yo, you know what she messaged me? She's like, if you miss me, just say you missed me. I was like, I missed you.
I wonder what she has to say about this whole situation.
I really don't. I think my perspective is I'm not really a Kamala fan, so I don't have a lot of nice things to say. So I was just sitting back in the background, listening to what everyone else has to say about it, or anybody that's going to defend her. But like I said, that's my standpoint.
So you're not considering voting for her?
No.
Wow. I wonder
why. You thought I was, because we have something in common.
I don't know. I don't know until I ask. So okay. So all right. I know Nessa voting for her.
No, I'm not.
What?
That's
why
what
you
I
not
really
voting for Kamala?
Because she's not even somebody I would consider. So
why not? Why you wouldn't consider her? You don't like her?
I think of myself as an independent conservative. So I don't know who I'm going to vote for yet, but it won't be her.
Well, I know somebody that will be voting for her. She's to my immediate right.
That's so funny.
Jazz. Jazz, why are you voting for Kamala Harris?
Who told you I was doing that?
Well, I just assumed it. Maybe I'm wrong because you know when people assume they make an ass out of themselves because you are very much pro black woman.
Yes,
You're right.
yes.
And
You
she,
look like a black Miss Frizzle, but like in a good way. Like it's pretty. I like it.
thank you. I love Miss Frizzle. Magic School Bus, Miss Frizzle.
Yes.
Um, no, you're right. I am pro-black. Kamala is not. Um, I don't trust her. I don't stand for anything that she is. She's black when it's convenient, and I think we are in a lot of trouble. I think we're in a lot of trouble if either party gets in office. Neither of them can have my vote. Coach K said something earlier. She said she votes for policy. I totally agree with that. And neither one of these candidates hold a policy that I feel is worthy of my vote. So it's a hell no for me, for both of them,
So
especially
wait. You're not voting for Kamala because you're not following the rest of your constituents and your women in order to vote for?
No. Why would I do that?
Wow. So wait a minute. Does she have the support that we think that she has?
Oh, there are definitely a lot of black women that are blindly supporting her, just like they blindly support every Democratic Party. That's just what it is. But there are some of us who see through the BS. Um, Her track record speaks for itself. Um, she just doesn't have particularly the interests of black people, policies and such that we absolutely need, just like she has put policies in place for other marginalized groups. Um, yeah, I just don't, just because the crowd is doing something that, or just because she appears to have my same skin color, does not mean that I'm going to put my life in her hands when I know what she's capable of. That lady is the devil, and I'll be damned. So
Yana,
it's an absolute no for me.
Yana, are you voting for Kamala or do you see why women are voting for Kamala?
Um, I do. I do see why women are voting for her. I understand it's because she's black. She'd be the first female president. All that stuff. Am I going to vote for her? I am not sure, but I don't think I'm leaning towards it. No.
Is it Malachi? Malachi, are you voting for? Do you see or are you looking to vote for Kamala?
I feel like we only have a choice between her and Trump, realistically. And, Kamala has a really interesting history. To be honest, I feel like I would say from my generation, you sort of you vote based on your own personal interest, right? Like I work here in DC at the mayor's office, and the public health work I do, I always do that better when Republicans are in office. One of the first things Trump did was, he gave so much money for work with people who are living with HIV, work with people who are LGBTQ, that we just now are ending that money from when he first got in office. The first thing he did was sign a check. Things that you don't hear about. I know on one hand, Kamala being in office will protect against things like Project 25, but on the other hand, the defunding that has happened, with Democrats in office, I just know what's going to happen. So it's really between a rock and a hard place. I feel like I'm Nessa, sort of undecided, but I think that when it's time, when rubber meets the road, if it's between her and Trump, if it's between her and Trump,
you just said that something that you think that directly affects what it is that you do for a living, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why you think that he's so bad if the things that he's done and you saying that the money that he's given in order to affect that community actually helps that community. Why would that be something that you have a reservation about?
It's not. I'm saying exactly the opposite. I think that him being in office could benefit financially.
No,
You
said that if it's between her and Trump, but then you going back and forth.
Because if the downside to that is Project 25 could and on one hand, there's a lot of funding to do the work. But if, like, for example, if they shut down our office because of things like Project 25,
But you know that's not even something that he's ever even said that he was a part of whatsoever, right? You know that's just
It's
propaganda.
Heritage Foundation, not Trump.
yeah, he's not. But like, we just had one of the so because DC, for example, is in a state, we get federal funding. So like, the office can be shut down if any House representative like had a motion. There was a motion like 2 weeks ago. It's not going to get enough votes. Like, it won't happen. But it's sort of like, I think to answer your question, I see the benefits of both sides. Like, it's more of that. It's not me saying like, oh, if Trump's in office, if she's in office, again, I'm still like sort of like letting it play out, and seeing like how things pan out. Some of the things that have come out, if I'm going to be fair about Kamala Harris, like, I'm just learning like some of the, things that she supported in the past. I'm like, I don't really know. And I don't want to fall into that thing where you feel like because you're Black, you have to vote a certain way. I want to be fair, and I want to like, let's hear what these debates are giving. Like, let's hear what y'all have to say. Let's hear what kind of president she's going to be before I just decide to just give her the vote. So I feel like I'm in the space of being fair.
Interesting. Anybody else want to add anything to this before we deep dive?
Crazy. Like, I really wanted a panel of people that were voting for Trump and voting for Kamala. And it's the fact that I got a panel full of people voting for Trump. That's like.
That's so funny.
You know,
the thing, what you're going to find with like most of America.
I'm actually proud. I'm very proud to be a part of this panel, because I think we get online and we get on social media, and it just feels very racial. Like, it's like, okay, these are the type of people that you think would vote for Trump, and these are the type of people that you think would vote for Kamala. But like, when you actually connect with people and have conversations, I think people are smarter than we give credit. And I think there's a lot of propaganda online just trying to sway people that that's what everyone's thinking, which just shows the state of our society. Everyone's followers. All they have to do is tell Beyonce to tell the girls to vote for Kamala. And they know that that's millions and millions of Black women that's just going to say, well, Beyonce said it, so I have to do what she said. Cardi B, I don't know if she said anything to endorse Kamala, but just these figures and celebrities coming out and just showing how people are just sheep. And, when you actually sit down and have a conversation and you ask your friends, okay, why are you voting this way? And 9 times out of 10, most of the women that I talk to, the only thing they say is, well, I just can't vote for Trump. So that's the only thing I can do. And it's sad that we're at this point where that's people's excuse of why they would vote for her. So
I'm curious, right? Because call me the skeptical one. I just don't believe that every single person on this panel is actually not going to do it. I don't know if y'all scared of going viral. I don't know what's going on, but I just genuinely in my heart don't believe that everybody here is playing up that road that they're saying that they plan up.
You don't think we can think for ourselves when it comes to this matter?
I do. I think that what people think offline and how it is that their influence is much different than what it is that they do when they get on this panel.
What do we have to benefit to all be like in unison saying the same thing about the same? Like, none of us knew what our responses would be when it came to Kamala Harris.
Oh, absolutely.
We all said the same thing about the situation. So it's not like
everybody didn't say the same thing. Everybody didn't say the same thing, number one.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying there's just like an overall understanding that no one wants to vote for Kamala, that we don't trust her. And nobody knew each other's thoughts on her before we spoke. So there's no reason for us to front.
It's plenty of reason, because don't nobody want to be Paige next week.